Hello and good morning, friends of Century 21. I got a special visitor here with me this morning. I'm Pat Slack, broker owner of Century 21 Midlands, and right here with me is Mr. Brian Albert, who is a past customer client of mine that went through the purchasing process, and he's here this morning to kind of tell you in his own words just how he felt about it. During the course of your transaction, I'm big into education. I want all my clients to know, and that goes into financing as well. I know when we had first had our initial conversations that we needed a little direction on financing, where to go,
Sure.
where do I recommend, and stuff like that. And I use all the lenders around here, but I like to pair them up with my clients up with the right personalities and the right person to fit that same goal after we've gone through that. Do you feel like that is also another significant point in the transaction too, is the lender?
Oh, huge. I understood a little bit of the financing aspect of purchasing a home, but being able to work, with a mortgage lender that could give me information, whether it was credit, understanding all of the debt to income ratio and everything, and being able to come away with a pretty clear picture of what my buying power was,
Sure.
was important, and that in turn helped me to better seek out the homes and the price range that I was looking for. So having that relationship and fortunately the lender that I worked with was also very accessible. So if I had questions throughout the process, like, hey, is it okay? How much would it, if we increased the purchase price by $10,000? What would that look like in terms of mortgage payments each month? Very quick to respond, so I always felt like I was supported in that regard, and always was able to get my questions answered in a timely manner.
Sure.
Okay.
This is a subject matter that most people want to avoid, and unfortunately we all don't get to win the $1 billion lottery to make that reality a possibility. But did you ever imagine all the working parts to financing? And what I mean by that is, after we get the contract done and we get it submitted to the lender and we tell them, okay, we're ready to rock and roll, and they do their processes too. Did I really shared that communication with you on the back end of things that went on. And I think it's kind of a misnomer for the public to really know what happens after we do get a contract. Now, there are some professionals that poof, they're gone, you never hear from them again. And that's what I don't like. That's what my office is preaching, is to avoid that at all costs. I mean, communication again is important there. But how do you feel about all that? Did you ever imagine, or was that a bigger take to the whole thing than you had ever imagined? Because we had a few hiccups, we had a few glitches that we had to work through.
It was. It kind of had a roller coaster feel to it. Sometimes things moved really fast. I know when we were going back and forth with offers with the seller, that moved really fast. Just the whole, because it was basically a couple hour turnaround with a counter offer. So all of that moved really fast. And then once we'd agreed on a price, and then everything starts going forth through the underwriting process and everything. It kind of slowed down for a little bit, and so I was really happy that there was some communication with that, just because I know they have to do their work, but just kind of getting updates that, hey, we're getting closer to closing, everything's shaping up fine, or here's a couple things we need to work through. But the communication from you was incredible with that. So I know there were a couple times I got tense and as we got closer to the end of the process, and again, you put my mind at ease and always made sure that things were moving forward.
At the end of the day, most times with the communication, things work out. Emotions do play a part. Do you feel that emotions are a big in the home buying process?
It's tough not to be. I mean, especially, it is the single biggest purchase you're going to make in your life. For many, a home is attached to the idea of building a family. So I mean, this is a significant moment in your life, and so it's difficult not to, kind of go on an emotional roller coaster when things are moving in a good direction, or if there's some hiccups along the way, that just stay the course. It's easier said than done, but yes, there are some emotions to it.